Eubank Jr. is a tough man, and Conor Benn is an animal with a hot head. And as soon as that bell goes, you've only got to watch Nigel Benn's fights and Conor Benn's fights in his career so far to realise he's going to set about him from the first bell. And no one's going to give an inch. Yeah, I think the difficulty for Conor Benn in this fight is the weight and is the size. I think he's a better fighter. And I think at a natural weight class, he's a big favourite in the fight. But coming up 2 weight classes, it makes it a 50-50 fight.
Eddie Hearn speaks honestly and makes things simple. Conor Benn is taking a big risk, and his biggest challenge isn't his skill, it's his size. Moving up 2 weight classes isn't just hard, it changes everything. At his usual weight, Benn would be the favorite, but now the fight is much closer. Size, strength, and stamina will be very important.
I thought it was a bitch move, if I'm honest, because anytime an attack like that is like premeditated, I'm not like, if you have a head-to-head, someone says something, someone pushes you, you whack him. I get it. But to all sit there and go, yeah, right, get me an egg, yeah, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to goad him on and then I'm going to hit him around the face, which was really in the eye, with an egg.
It'll be a mismatch, you know, just as much a mismatch as the presses have been. It will be a similar format, you know, playing out in the physical. Chris is way too much, and that will become evident as the rounds go on in the fight.
No, we are on good terms. I don't believe he didn't know about it.
No, you know I didn't know.
No, I don't, because I think you're a little bit snaky.
No, you know I didn't know.
No.
Don't talk.
No. Because
no. Can't say things.
No, stop, because then I'll take you for it. Listen, I've been very nice to you lately.
You can't say things,
and I've been very nice to you lately. I've given you a big education in the last couple of weeks. I've told you were very lucky to be talking to me. Right. But we do get on well. We actually have a bit of banter. He actually, if you don't mind me saying, he was asking me potentially to go on BOXRZ bald.
Yeah, it was a good joke.
This will be a tough test for Benn. One mistake, one wrong move, and the fight could end fast. Both fighters are strong and can knock each other out, so no one can afford to look away. The big question is, can Benn prove he belongs at this level even though he's smaller, or will this fight show that he's not ready? This fight is dangerous because anything can happen. Conor Benn fights like a wild animal, just like his father, Nigel Benn. When the bell rings, he charges forward. If you watch their fights, you'll see that they love action. They don't wait. They don't play it safe. They go straight into battle.
Eubank Jr. is his own man, and that's what he's always tried to make out. This is me, this is my career, and this is how I do things. Dad, that was your era, that was your time, blah, 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 let me do this. But I'm sure he'd love to have him sat ringside watching him.
Conor's his dad's son, and his dad's exactly the same. And the Eubanks and the Benns, they know each other's strengths and weaknesses. And so there'll always be that family rivalry going on. And Chris's aloof personality, riles Conor, like his dad did, with their dads did. So he knows exactly what he's got to do.
Yeah, I think the difficulty for Conor Benn in this fight is the weight and is the size. I think he's a better fighter. And I think at a natural weight class, he's a big favourite in the fight. But coming up 2 weight classes, it makes it a 50-50 fight.
Eddie Hearn doesn't hide the truth. Benn is fast and fights with full energy. He attacks his opponents without stopping. But here's the problem. Will that same energy work against a bigger, stronger fighter? Running in without thinking could be a big mistake. This fight isn't just about lasting in the ring. It's about who can take control first. Will Benn's attack break his opponent, or will he get hurt instead? This fight will be exciting.
No, we are on good terms. I don't believe he didn't know about it.
No, you know I didn't know.
No, I don't, because I think you're a little bit snaky.
No, you know I didn't know. Don't talk.
No. Because
no. Can't say things.
No, stop, because then I'll take you for it. Listen, I've been very nice to you lately.
You can't say things.
And I've been very nice to you lately. I've given you a big education in the last couple of weeks. I've told you were very lucky to be talking to me. Right. But we do get on well. We actually have a bit of banter. He actually, if you don't mind me saying, he was asking me potentially to go on BOXRZ bald.
Yeah, it was a good joke.
Not having the antics of Chris Eubank Jr. the other day when he had that egg moment and he slapped it right into Conor Benn's face. I'm nothing wookish about me, I can assure you. When I let rip, you'll know all about it. But I do feel It's maybe what the sport doesn't need, and yet many people are saying, no, it's great. It's great. You watch it. Everybody wants to go to that fight.
It won't need judges because it will probably end with a knockout. For all the talk and hype, this is a fight between two real warriors. They love fighting, and they don't back down. On April 26th, they will meet in the center of the ring, and from the first second, it will be chaos. Ben Shalom tells it like it is. This fight isn't about world titles. It's about two fighters who love to fight. They don't run away. They don't avoid getting hit. They will throw punches right from the start, and there will be no slow rounds. This fight is perfect for casual fans because it will be full of action.
I'm also very close with Conor Benn. He's a good pal of mine, so it's very hard for me to sort of sit back and say this or say that. I think they're doing a fantastic job in selling their fight. I think it's going to be a fantastic fight. They both obviously have the needle with each other, and they're both going to give it everything. So be prepared for war, and I hope they get out of the ring safe and sound.
It's going to be a firefight. You know, for all the promotion, for all the nonsense, for all the crap, you've got two fighters here. Might not be for a world title, but if you want to see a scrap, you're going to see one, because these two like to fight. Look at their careers. They are the fighters. They are the brawlers. They love it, and they only know one way. And that's what's going to happen on April 26th. They're going to meet in the ring, in the center of the ring, and they're going to go off. And that's why the casual fans are going to love this fight.
The question isn't if the fight will be exciting. It's how long both fighters can handle the pressure before one of them falls. Chris Eubank Jr. wants to prove himself without following his father's path. He wants to build his own name in boxing, but deep down, having his father watch and support him would mean a lot. Can he really reach the top without his father's help?
Actually, a good thing sometimes to have a little bit of weight to train off. Not a lot, but you know, and I think that's what Eubank's got. Whereas Conor is already at the weight, or there or thereabouts. So that's also a benefit in the sense like he can now just completely fuel his training and fuel his performance. But it's always going to favour the bigger man. It's always going to favour the bigger man. But age is the biggest factor for me in this fight.
Really, I mean, I didn't know he was going to pull an egg out of his pocket and slap it around his head. But, you know, it was always going to be some form of drama. And, yeah, it was always going to happen. It spiced it up. Like I say, I wasn't really surprised by it. Like, you know, maybe a little bit stupid, maybe not a little bit stupid. You know, maybe there was going to be something that's going to happen. Was it going to be Conor Benn? Was it going to be Chris Eubank Jr.? But I think that shows you the rivalry between these two.
This fight isn't just about boxing. It's about proving who he is and what he stands for. Meanwhile, Harlem Eubank thinks this fight won't be close. He believes Chris is too big and too strong for Ben. Will the fight go the way Harlem expects, or will Ben surprise everyone? One thing is certain, on April 26th, two warriors will enter the ring, and only one will leave as the winner. Get ready for a fight you won't forget.